What a difference an Edinson Cavani makes.
Yeah, well, we're just talking about somebody that hasn't got the understanding of how to make runs. And then you talk about Cavani, who maybe 5 years ago was one of the best strikers in world football because he knew exactly. If you watch him play, Edinson Cavani, he makes one run for the defender to take him one way and then comes back. The players on the ball know exactly where Cavani wants it, whether it's into his feet, whether it's over the top, or when it comes into the box. He's just got that understanding of where the ball's going to be played when it's in wide areas. He gets across the front of defenders. Sometimes he takes them into the near post and then goes into the middle of the goal. He knows what he wants as a centre forward, and that's why he's been such a good player. He might not be as quick as he once was. He might not be quite as effective as he once was, but he's still a very good player.
Does it become an automatic starter for you, Stevie?
I think it depends on his fitness. I'm going to assume that he hasn't played more than he has because of his fitness. He was out for a while. But if I'm Ollie, I'm playing this guy. I mean, you just talk about a guy that knows where to be, has an instinct, who can smell a goal out. And this is Cavani, and I think Manchester United could really do with that. You know, I was a big proponent of Rashford through the middle. But when you've got a guy like Cavani, you get him in the team, in my opinion. And Rashford ain't bad on a wide area either, by the way.
Finally, Robbo, you were saying off-air before we started this, maybe Arsenal need to look at getting Arsene Wenger back.
Yeah, I was, because I was such a fan of Arsene Wenger in his heyday. Unai Emery did his little bit as well, but Mikel Arteta's having a struggle at the moment. He's not got any fluidity in the team. They don't seem to have a game plan, which they did at the end of last season and at the beginning when we saw them in the Community Shield. Arsenal got a few problems. They didn't play very well against Wolves. Whatever Mikel Arteta said, they're not scoring goals, and at times they're easy to counter-attack on the break. So problems for Arsenal.
What's wrong with them, Steve?
Well, it could be a little case of what I'm talking about with Mourinho. You know, Arteta comes in, all of a sudden, the one thing they do have is a spine and a backbone, and they're all sitting in a nice firm defensive unit. And they do that for, what, 6 months? I mean, is it maybe that the players have had enough of that and they're looking to take the next step? Now, the other thing is, I don't think this group of players is capable of taking the next step, but I'm sure in their head, they think they're all great footballers and that, you know, instead of chasing around for 90 minutes every Saturday, we should be playing football. But they don't have a good enough squad. Listen, Arteta did well with what he had. He's added Partey, who's now injured, and Willian. But other than that, it's pretty much the same mob that Unai Emery had. So regardless of what Arteta does, I'm not so sure you can get this team certainly playing at a consistently high level every week, maybe now and again, but not consistently.
What's happened to Aubameyang, Robbo? He was so good in that FA Cup run that you mentioned as well, but has just completely gone missing.
Well, he seems to have lost his enthusiasm. He seems to have lost a bit of confidence. He seems to have lost a bit of pace as well. He was, I think, moaning about playing on the left wing, but when he had those good games in the semi-final, the cup final, the Community, he was playing on the left-hand side. Now he's playing up front. He doesn't seem, you know, when he was at Dortmund, he made great runs. He's not making those great runs anymore. He doesn't look as though he's going to get on the end of crosses when they come into the box. So he just seems to have lost that enthusiasm, that little bit of confidence, and the team aren't playing well enough to get him enough of the ball.
Gentlemen, as always, thank you.
One thing he hasn't lost, Dan.
Oh, Steve, I was going to go, Steve, but if you want to go.
No, I know you were. I just think there's one thing he hasn't lost. He hasn't lost out in the money stakes. Is he maybe a little comfortable? I don't know.
Oh, you said he was playing well for a new contract, Stephen.
Yeah.
Cynical. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.